this is our next part of the question. If you read carefully, this is separated from the earlier parts. This is a question on its own, and it talks about finding the mass of tungsten from 20 tons of tungsten oxide. So, when you talk about mass, we will always see the same triangle. Mass equals to the number of moles times the molar mass. And they want you to find the mass of tungsten. So let's say you want to find the mass of tungsten. Again, number of moles times molar mass. Molar mass of tungsten is 184. The question is, do we know the number of moles? So what we do here is, we look at the mole ratio in an equation. So what we have is tungsten oxide and tungsten. So the mole ratio in the equation of tungsten oxide to tungsten is 1, 1, which means it's 1:1. So if that is so, can we find the number of moles of tungsten oxide? So number of moles of tungsten oxide in our question says that the mass is 20 tons over the molar mass. So tungsten is 184. Tungsten oxide has 3 oxygen, so 3 times 16. In our tons, we will change to grams because the formula says grams. So this is what we'll get. 20 million grams over 232. You can leave it as a fraction, or you can change it to 4 significant figures, which is 86210 moles. So now we have the number of moles of tungsten oxide. Since the ratio is 1:1, that means that our tungsten, the number of moles of tungsten, will be exactly the same. So number of moles of tungsten is 86210 moles as well. So once we have this, we can put this number into our very beginning, where we talk about the mass of tungsten equals to number of moles times molar mass. And thus, mass of tungsten equals to number of moles times molar mass, which will give us this number. And with this very huge number, rounded off to 3 significant, you can always change it to tons, where you divide by 1 million, and you will get 15.9 tons at the end, rounded off to 3 significant figures. So if you notice the trend, we always figure out what is the formula that we need, what's the formula that we need to find the answer. And then, if we are not given the number of moles of that substance, we will use mole ratio and find the number of moles of another substance. And then finally, we link it up and we put it into the formula. So always find number of moles and mole ratio if required.